Shalom, family. Shalom to you, Magic City Photography, MIA 305. Let me just turn this. Shalom to you, Magic City. Just turn that off. Okay. All right. Shalom, everyday people. Nia, Marshall, Million Films, Humble, JK, Boulder Rockets. Welcome. I'm just going to be doing a quick article on Livestream. Shalom to everybody in the chat. Shalom. No sound? All right, hold on. All right. Can everybody hear me? Yeah, I mean, I'm on another device just to make sure, and I can hear myself on another device, so I do have sound. Okay. All right, we'll just give it a little more time because I know I didn't really prepare everybody for this. So I will give, a few more minutes to allow more people to come in. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay. All right. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you can see the story that I'm doing. Okay, let's see here. All right, y'all. For a long time, I have been talking about the opioid plague that's going on in the country. And many of you that have been here with me from the beginning, I have a boatload of videos about the opioid addiction that's going on in the country. Well, they are doing this new technology where they are microchipping the brains of opioid patients. And these are folks that are addicted to opioids. They're microchipping their brains in order to rewire their brains so that they no longer crave the drug, which I think is outrageous. But this shows you that this addiction has spiraled so far out of control, they are now resorting to microchipping the brain. Yes, I'm not making this up. And, this story gets into a person that already had it done. Yes, microchipping the brain in order to rewire it so that the person that's heavily addicted to opioids will stop using drugs. Yes, they have gotten to this point. Now, can this be the mark of the beast? I mean, think about it, y'all. Could this really be it? There are millions of people out here addicted to opioids. This is why they can't get this plague under control. It's too many people and it's too widespread. They cannot control this thing, not the way that they're doing it. So yes, microchipping the brain. And I'm going to show you an illustration. They go deep in the brain with this microchip too. So this is like some freak of nature stuff, but it's happening right now. Cyborg technology aims to reduce the opioid plague one chip at a time. So this is January 20th, 2020, USA Today. Yep. Tech these days is often accused of encouraging forms of addiction, but emerging cyborg technology may offer an answer for treating the opioid plague. Embedding microchips in the brains of addicts could help to essentially rewire them. Gerald Buckhalter is an opioid addict. He's among millions of people in America affected by what has become a national plague that kills hundreds each day. Actually, I think it's killing thousands each day, but we know how America lowball numbers. He hopes, so he got his brain microchipped, this dude. He already got it done. So he's looking to be independent from a drug addiction that he has had since the age of 15 on Percocets. And he's now 33 years old. That's how long he has been addicted to opioids. That's how long. So he's 33 years old. He got the microchip put in. So in November, the university launched a clinical trial using deep brain stimulation for patients suffering from treatment-resistant opioid use disorder. Did you hear that? Treatment-resistant. So although these folks are going through rehab and all kinds of treatment, what they got now out here as far as rehab is concerned, they cannot break the addiction using traditional rehabilitation, y'all. They can't break this addiction at all. That's why they're telling you it's treatment-resistant opioid use disorder. So nothing they have tried up until now has worked. So out of desperation, they are moving and have already started doing microchips. All right, y'all. Here is Gerald Buckhalter's. Here's a shot of his skull with the microchip in it. Right there. He already got it done. It's right there. So this is what it looks like. And you see how far down they put this thing in the brain right here. They put it really far down in the brain. Yeah, you better believe it's here. You're right. I'm sorry. I would never let anybody mess with my brain like that. I'm sorry. I would not. No, y'all. But this is no joke. This is what they're doing. They're trying to microchip these people because everything they have tried up until now has failed. Rehab has failed. Their drug courts have failed. Using methadone to break an opioid addiction, it's all been one big flop. So now they are turning to microchipping the brains of addicts. Cyborg tech to treat addiction. This type of treatment, known as pacemaker technology, has been used previously to treat heart failure and epilepsy. It's also known for its cyborg approach, or use of embedded technology in human beings to help treat patients. The clinical trial aims at regulating parts of the brain responsible for leading opioid abusers to seek the drug. These reward centers often get worse over time as the brain becomes chemically imbalanced due to addictive substances. Some of the changes involve a lack of self-control and an increase in anxiety. In hopes of restoring this balance, the trial is using brain implants to send electrical signals to the brain. A microchip is placed in the brain and connected to a battery under the collarbone. The electrical signals sent via the microchip work to restore dopamine, the hormone responsible for a patient's drug craving, to a level that's regulated according to the individual needs of the patient. Yes, the battery is placed under the collarbone. So they're trying to literally rewire these people. It doesn't say what kind of batteries that it uses, but this is what they have implanted in them. And they're hoping that this will help break opioid addiction in America. No, Sandra Evans, nothing is working. Nothing they have done. And they have thrown a lot of money at this addiction, y'all. A lot. They have spent well over $1 trillion on an addiction they can't break. And it's gotten so, you notice Trump don't even talk about this quite as much as he used to. You know, ever since he put together his opioid commission, how come we never hear from these people anymore? You know why? Because it's not working. You know, this is why he declared it a public health issue and not a national emergency, because it would have taken so much money. And you see, it is a failed, everything they have done has failed, despite spending over $1 trillion. Now, you know, this microchipping of the brain is probably very expensive to do. So what's involved in getting this microchip inserted in the brain? The procedure begins with a small skin incision in the front part of the head, and then a small opening of the bone. Through that opening in the skull, doctors place the stimulating wires in the reward centers. We're not advocating for the use of brain implants in patients, said Ali Rezai, the lead investigator of the clinical trial. This is for people who have failed everything. Yeah, they spent trillions on this opioid plague, y'all, but they don't have no money for reparations. I want you to remember that. They spent over $1 trillion on something that failed, but they have no money for reparations, none. Other types of technologies considered cyborg include studies that use pacemakers to stimulate the heart with electrical impulses to maintain a healthy heartbeat. considering the term was coined by two NASA researchers in the 1960s regarding cybernetic organisms that could adapt to space travel. The term has skewed from its original perception. Manfred Klein and Nathan Klein first defined a cyborg as a self-regulating man-machine. So I guess they're going to make these addicts man-machines out here. Yeah, man-machine. That snowballed into movies, books, and television shows that featured more advanced versions of half-human, half-robot fictional characters. Rezai says he doesn't consider the experiment as one with cyborg properties, since their goal isn't aimed at augmenting human beings. Others beg to differ, since this trial is combing living matter with intelligent materials. This could be considered a cybernetic approach. Wow. The pharmacists discard any ethical dilemmas that could be attached to the experiment because it's viewed as a last resort treatment. I don't know. Is this really a treatment? I'm serious. Is this really a treatment? This seems very extreme. This is very extreme. So the procedure could cost up to $75,000 just to have one person done with this microchip to the brain. $75,000, y'all. And this guy already had it done right here. This is Gerald Buckhalter, the one that became addicted to opioids back when he was 15 years old, and he's now 33 years old, and he had the chip implanted. And you can see the bandages on his head, and you can see like a little wiring right here, like around his collarbone. So, you know, they got this technology and they're moving forward, and it's going to be considered a drug treatment. Microchipping the brain is going to be considered a drug treatment. I don't know, he looked kind of like a zombie in this picture, don't he? You know what, Magic City Photography, I agree. I don't believe this is going to work. I really don't. You know, and you got to also consider nothing is 100%. So what happens to those people where you did an implant and it don't work at all, and they're still out here running after the drug? Then what happens? You know? Well, they're going for the drug addicts, y'all. It's $75,000. That's an awful lot of money to have something done, and it's just an experiment, you know? But I guess if you got that kind of money, then you can do whatever you want. But this is crazy, the way I see it. This is a crazy mess. But yes, this is definitely, we can't figure out nothing else to do, so we'll try anything. No, I don't think I would want all them wires in my brain. Yeah, you know, yeah, because I mean, even pacemakers malfunction, because that actually happened to my mother when she was living. Her pacemaker had malfunctioned. We had to go up to the hospital. She was getting multiple shocks to her heart. So yeah, I mean, there's always a chance for any of these devices to malfunction or not even work at all. But if you you implant the chip, and what if it doesn't work? I mean, I can even see the screws. There's screws up here in the top of his skull. I can see screws here. Oh man. Y'all, I'm just telling you, this is getting really interesting with this drug addiction to opioids. And like I said, this is a clear sign that they are in desperation mode because everything has failed. There's no doubt about it when you see stuff like this. Yeah, Rogue Onyx, you're right. Maybe they need to run those Just Say No ads all over again. Isn't that what they said to everybody during the crack epidemic? Just say no. But I guess that's not good enough. They need brain implants instead. But hey, they do whatever they want. All I see is somebody getting rich from doing these procedures and selling these microchips. And at the end of the day, the addict is going to be the one screwed when this stuff fails and it don't work. And plus, I'm never down with messing with somebody's brain. But y'all, please tell me what you think in the comment section on this. And thank you for coming to hear this article on Livestream. So wherever you are, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your day. I know some of you have the day off because of the MLK holiday. And if you don't, then hey, have a good day anyway. Peace, family. Shalom.